Yeah, I don't like her design. I don't like those green things on her dress. Like they're just too big and bulky and look ugly. Like if she didn't have them, her dress would look better. And then I don't like four ponytails. I think it looks dumb. Like if she just didn't have the top two, she would look infinitely well, not infinitely, but she looks so much better with just out the top two. Like, eh. So it's like yeah, the top two ponytails and the green things on her, the huge green circle things on her dress are just bad. I don't like that. I like the design of the other two much, much better. Oh, that's interesting. From her appearance, I just assumed she was more of a Kudere type. Just the calm, collected type. But she seems like the more neurotic type. Okay, so I do need to leave each time. Yeah, like generally, I like the appearance of the other two so much better than the pink one because like their their outfits look far more normal. You know, like the crazy thing about her is just her kind of curly hair and the halo thing. But like she has normal, relatively normal shoes, stockings. The dress looks like it looks like a dress with not like a lot of crazy shit around it. Like yeah, maybe sure the fur or whatever that's supposed to be around her wrist. You could say that's something, but it's like it's not as glaringly obvious as the fucking random circle things with spikes on the pink girl's dress. You know, they're just huge and in the way, and it looks stupid. Like who the fuck wants little spiky circles on it? And then again, like it's personal preferencing. I just don't like the four ponytails. I think it looks dumb. It happened in Naruto as well. I thought it looked dumb on her, on the Angara's sister. I forget what her name was, but yeah, it looked dumb on her too. It's like it just the four ponytails looks fucking stupid. I have no clue why it would do that. It looks dumb. And that's like the tough thing too. It's like so even if she didn't have the things on her dress, the hairstyle just looked dumb. The problem is she has two dumb things on her, right? So like for this new girl, right? The new girl is like yeah, you can see the dumbest thing on her is just like the fur around her wrist, and that's it. Yeah, so it's like something that's like it's a little weird. It's just not as bad as either of the pink girl's two things. The four ponytails and the green things are each one of them are worse than just the thing around her wrists. And then the other girl was like just perfectly normal. She was like, yeah, she just like has a normal skirt, has a completely like her skirt is kind of weird. The black girl skirt, like there's like the weird like the edges of her skirt like little like bubbles or it looks weird, but like it still has the general feel of a skirt. So it's like okay, it's fine, you know. It looks a little weird, kind of like her wrists look a little weird, but like with the pink girl, it's like no, her ponytails look stupid, and the green things look stupid. It's not a little weird. It's a lot. It's too bad. So it's like so each one of them might have something that looks slightly off. Well, actually, I don't know. I think Suna was perfectly fine. I don't think there was anything on Suna that was like, yeah, that's bad, or that looks weird. I think everything about Suna looked just normal, which I prefer. So it's just like, wow, Arya just not only does Arya have the worst parts of her outfit, but of all three girls, she has the two worst, ugliest things, ugliest design choices all in one character, which is like rough. Oh, Nangong is her. They mentioned that name before. I didn't quite understand who they were talking to. I thought they might have been referring to Suna, like maybe Suna's last name was that. Okay, so Nangong is her. So they're referencing the third member. Yeah, I'm curious what the next two are going to be like. So obviously the first three were okay. Here's one with each of the three characters, right? But there's 5 days worth of this. So like, it would make sense if it was like okay, one for each of the three, and then the fourth one would be all three of them together. And but then what's going to be the fifth? Because I mean, it could be all three of them together again, but yeah, we did that on the fourth day. Are they all writing in the same notebook? Because when Ari gave it, I was like, oh, the soonest picture on it. Like, did she take her notebook? I'm like, do they all have an identical notebook? Or are they all just writing song ideas into the same notebook? It would make more sense that they all wrote song ideas into the same one, but then it also means they can't write song ideas together. Like, they can't write different songs at the same time. So if two of them are like, oh, I have a song idea, I need to write it down, now they both can't do it at the same time. Although I guess you could write it down anywhere else, and then once one person's finished using the book, you could just take it, copy it over. I think it is kind of annoying that they scroll to the bottom every single time. It'd be one thing if there's only enough comments, so like every comment was visible when you first load it, but like no, like you can only see the bottom two, but there's a third one above it. And then there's the generic one where please support this, blah blah blah. But it's like, I don't know, like realistically I think you should just start at the top to let us scroll down. Or start immediately after the post. Because like we have to submit the post. So you could argue that we presumably read the post before we submitted it, and then it should just start here. So that you can, Huh. Who would that be? An online friend that knows everything, but is not super passionate. I mean, is it the police robot? She seems very knowledgeable and is around. Looks the same age as these two, or these three. Yeah, I always thought this was a weird thing. It's a very Chinese thing. Um, eating too much ice cream, got a fever the next day. Nangong saying stay away from cold drinks as well is a general sentiment I've seen. Not really sentiment, but I've seen this come up multiple times, where there's this whole like idea. I think it has to do with like Chinese traditional medicine, but like the warmth of the body, So they're like, oh yeah, don't have cold drinks. Just don't eat cold things at all. Like having too many cold things will mess up your body's internal like temperature and like cause problems and shit. And I'm just like, That makes no fucking sense. Like, it just makes no fucking sense. Like, your body is almost 100 degrees. Like, drinking a cold drink, like, oh, okay, cool, I have an iced water. You heat that shit up to room temperature. You heat that, it becomes 98.6 degrees in like seconds. You turn this cold drink into a 98-degree drink in seconds because you're putting it inside your 100-degree body. Like, you instantly warm that shit up. So why would drinking a cold drink be bad in any way? Like, you can be, oh, it's a shock to your system or something. It's like maybe if you downed like a gallon of frigid cold water, sure, yeah, you know, maybe if it's cold outside as well, like if you're drinking, you know, if you're drinking, you know, a few pints of ice cold water outside in the cold when it's snowing, sure, right? Because yeah, your body is actually not 100 degrees through and through, right? Your body is like your internal body is 98.6, but sure, like the outer layer of your body is not exactly that, because obviously you're exuding heat from your skin and all that shit. So the surface layer of your body is not going to be that. But and so when it's cold, when it's super cold outside, you know, and you're doing something, you're in a really cold environment, then more of your outer layer of your body is not 98.6. So only maybe the incredibly small core of your body is that. But even still, it's just like, sure, like in these incredibly unique situation where you're in a frigid environment, so not all of your body is super warm. Even still, like, you don't drink a gallon of ice cold water in one sitting. No, you pour yourself a glass of ice cold water. You have a mouthful or two here and there. Like that's what people do, and you'll instantly warm that shit up. So it's like this cold drink thing makes no fucking sense, right? I never understood that, and just generally, I see in China, or at least in Chinese stories, the idea of drinking warm water, where it's like people have a kettle where they like boil water, and they pour themselves a glass of water. You know, like when you have people over, it's like, oh, you want some water? Well, they provide, like, they boil water, just give them like warm water. And so I'm like, ugh, gross, warm water, why? I mean, it's a cultural thing, right? So it's like, it's whatever, right? But I always thought that was weird, right? Hey, you like warm water? Fine. But like, to try to say that cold drinks are bad in any way makes no fucking sense. Like, the only thing I could understand if it was like something like, oh, well, like, you're ingesting a specific type of food, which can influence body chemistry, sure, right? Because you have to digest food, you know? So it could be that, you know, like eating, like an easy example, of course, is like eat spicy chilies, right? You eat spicy chilies, your mouth is burning, it can cause digestive problems as you're like producing gas, and you're like, you know, there's shit like that, obviously, you know? Like I had spiciness level 10 chicken pad thai, and holy shit, that burns. And it just like feels absolutely terrible to digest. Your stomach is like fucked up. Your entire digestive tract is just fucked up because of how spicy it is. So I get that, right? But this is like, no, cold drinks. Like eating too much ice cream, get a fever the next day. Like, what? Like, no, I get to eating too much ice cream and getting indigestion, sure, right? Especially if you're like lactose intolerant. If she's mildly lactose intolerant and she's eating a fuckload of ice cream, sure, right? Like maybe just a little bit, and she can, you know, she can still process it. But when you eat too much, so she's not like fully lactose intolerant, right? You know, like eating one scoop of ice cream will fuck her up, but like just slightly so, where she doesn't produce enough enzyme to process enough of the lactose. You know, sure, if you eat too much, but like a fever, what? Like that makes no fucking sense. Why would you get a fever for eating too much ice cream? Like, that's, yeah, it's again, it's an extension of this like Chinese ideology where it's like, you should only be drinking warm drinks. Don't have cold drinks. Cold drinks are bad for you because and like it's. I mean, it's not like only China too. Like I've heard the idea that cold drinks are not great for you, outside of China. Like I've heard it in America where people were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have cold drinks." I'm like, "What?" No, I don't know. Maybe it's influenced from Chinese ideology. Maybe some parts of homeopathic medicine came out of China, and they're like, "Yeah, it's not that good." I don't know. I haven't looked it up. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, it could be wrong. Like, it could be that there is a scientific study saying, yeah, you know, cold drinks are bad for you. Cold drinks can cause issues. But realistically, it just doesn't make sense. Because it's like, I'm sorry, but your body is a walking furnace. So I find it very unbelievable that ingesting something that's cold, you know, it's not like if you drink something cold, it instantly warms up. It warms up as it's traveling through your esophagus, right? Now you could argue that the process of the cold liquid going into your body, chilling everything around it, you know, chilling your mouth, chilling your esophagus, chilling the organs that's near the esophagus. It could be that brief chill causes issues. Maybe you know, maybe it causes a reaction. And if you just do it often enough, it causes problems. Yeah, you could argue that, perhaps, you know. But it's the kind of thing, like, by the time the liquid's in your stomach, it's already matching your body's temperature. So, I don't quite get this. I mean, it's also the thing, like, I know this is obviously a stupid sentiment to say, but I've been drinking cold drinks my entire life, and I've been perfectly fine. Now, obviously, a sample size of one is meaningless, right? Having one person say, well, I did this and I'm fine. Well, yeah, but, like, you also hear stories of like these 100-year-old people who are like, yeah, the only thing I eat is bacon grease and bread, and it's like bacon like. And I think there was like some super old lady who like drinks fuckloads of Dr. Pepper too. It's like, you know, all these things everyone say are bad for you, but you have the like people who have lived to like 100 who have eaten these things that are supposedly bad for you and no one recommends for you, but they eat it and they've lived to 100. So, you know, so. And the point is that just because they are 100 and they do this doesn't mean that it's good, right? It just means that they've made it work for them. They could have a particular body chemistry that just makes it easy for them to deal with that shit, you know, and not cause health problems, you know? It could just be that, right? Or their health is so insanely good that even having this bad thing and lowering their health, like let's say their health is 100, and this shit like lowers it to 95. It's like you're not 95% healthy. You're still really good. It's still really good. Whereas like other people who are like 80% healthy eat this, you know, losing 5% can like bring you below thresholds that might cause problems, right? Could be something like that. But so yeah. So my example of me drinking cold drinks all the time, like even right now, like when I pause on my treadmill, just now and get some water, I'm drinking from a water bottle full of ice cold water. Now, I am working on my treadmill, so my body temperature is, you know, my body temperature is up there, right? My entire body is probably 98.6, right? It's no longer that my skin is cooler because of the atmosphere has chilled it down. It's like, no, my core is 98.6, and because of the increased blood flow, because of my walking for the past, 30 minutes? Yeah, 30 minutes. Now my skin is also 98.6 because of the increased blood flow and the heat I'm exuding from like sweating and my exertion, right? So drinking cold water in that, and I guess, you know, I guess my stomach still kind of feels a little bit cold, so maybe it does take a little longer to warm it up than I estimated, maybe not a few seconds, although I did take a big gulp of water. And normally, you know, if you're drinking a drink, you're not, you know, gulping it down. You're not drinking an 8-ounce glass of ice cold water in a second. You know, you usually don't take big gulps. You just take sips. And I don't know. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm not sure what the science is behind it. There's a lot of aspects of Chinese traditional medicine that seem unusual, but like, you know, I don't instantly discount it, right? I think homeopathic medicine it definitely makes. I think homeopathic medicine definitely puts a bad light on Chinese traditional medicine because homeopathic medicine is usually like bullshit that has a base on literally nothing. And I think there probably are some people who kind of think it and Chinese traditional medicine are similar, but there definitely are because like Chinese history goes back thousands of years, right? So they've been testing all sorts of shit. They're like, oh, okay, well, if you're not feeling too well, if you if you drink medicine made with these plants, it'll balance, whatever imbalance there is in your body. Yeah, they've been testing this shit for thousands of years. So I'm not going to discount that because I don't understand it. But yeah. Anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah, I think this is weird. Eating too much ice cream and getting a fever makes no sense. Eating too much ice cream and getting indigestion, yeah, that would make sense. You eat something, something goes wrong with your digestive system. I don't see how eating something, especially like ice cream, right? It'd be one thing if it was like, oh, she got food poisoning, which I mean, obviously still could be the case, but like it's very unlikely for ice cream to be food poisoning because of how processed it is. Right? But it's still possible, right? Like shit can get contaminated for whatever reason. The fever could be a food poisoning reaction. But usually food poisoning also comes with digestive issues because that's where the problem came, right? If you eat something bad, your digestive system is the one that takes the hit. There might be other symptoms like a fever, but it should be more of a digestive issue than a fever. So that's why I find it a little weird. And this too, right? Like, and that is another thing too. As singers, drinking cold things will probably like constrict because like cold constricts, right? Cold things shrink, warm things grow. Like when talking about cells, right? Like if you drink a cold drink, your throat will constrict. So yeah, that could be bad for the throat, and that's why like whenever you're trying to like condition your throat, you drink like teas with honey and stuff like something that's warm and something that coats the throat. That's why. So I can understand not drinking cold drinks for that reason and that reason alone. But to say no, just don't drink. Well, actually, yeah, maybe I was reading too much into it because, like, obviously, Nanggong is a very Chinese name. So I just assumed she was talking from a traditional Chinese medicine perspective, especially because they brought up the whole, oh, she ate too much ice cream, got a fever. It's like, well, clearly you're talking about health, and so when she says, health and illnesses. So when she says, oh, don't drink cold drinks, you're thinking she's talking from a health and illnesses perspective. But if it, not from this. Although I think ice cream would be fine because ice cream would coat the throat. And again, it's something you like just eat small quantities of, right? You lick an ice cream and you only ingest a very small quantity of it at a time, which gets, warmed up in your mouth. And by the time you actually swallow it, it's already warm. Oh, that's surprising. I thought you would reject it flat out. Oh, that's very pretty. Okay, so that was the fourth one. Then presumably the fifth one is going to be all three of them, right? Oh, is the fifth one going to be like that? We're going to see a performance with them? Oh, hey, they didn't have the fan. The fan club wasn't the first person to do it. Yeah, look, all three of them. I mean, I guess you could say the weird thing for Suna is like her skirt is like the wrist of you. So like use like fur around her wrist. I assume it's fur. Is similar to the fur around Suna's skirt. So you can say it's a little weird, right? But it still looks like a skirt, and it's so it still looks relatively normal, right? It's just that like the pink girl's thing on her skirt looks so abnormal and out of place. It's so fucking jarring. And then her four ponytails just look dumb, and that's just a personal preference of mine. I just don't like it. So. Oh, really? Are we gonna go in there? No, it seems like not. Yeah, like I've seen this place before, but I don't think we've ever gone inside. Yeah, I assume next patch is not going to be a super crazy one. Like, obviously, we're kind of setting up the Angels of the Delusion part of it. So, like, I assume next patch, and like that's the thing is that we only have two characters per patch, right? Like first half, second half, and we've already seen Suna and Arya together doing their little dance. So presumably, Yu is going to appear and then Gong Yu is going to be in the patch after that. So, is the epilogue just going to be around the angels, just around the angels of the delusion? It's like, like I could see them doing an event, right? I could see the main patch event being around them, but I don't think they would. I just don't see how they would be related to the main story, right? So actually no, it could be an interlude chapter, I guess, because I don't know if we've had an interlude chapter in this season at all. It's always been like main story, main story, main story. Whereas for season one, we had, I think, chapters 1, 2, and 3, or prologue 1, 2, 3, or 1 and 2. Then we had chapter 2 interlude, and I think that's where we got introduced to the Sec Ops team. So we saw the girl robot and Shuon, and then we continued with chapter 3 in the Outer Ring. I think there was just the one interlude, but there was an interlude, right? So it could be that this is just going to be another interlude. It could be another interlude thing, which we just hadn't had so far in this patch. I think if I look here, right? No, how do I check that out? It's not Internet, right? No, that's where I was just at. Where was it? Was it over? Yeah, that's bad. That's shit. I forget how to check it. There was a way to check the entire story progress. Let me see if I click. No, I can't click on this. She's not doing anything. Huh. No. Fuck, I forget what it was. And then this just goes through that. There was... It's not an event, I'm pretty sure. What the fuck is it? Internet's where I just was at. Is it achievements? No. Not notices either, that's that. Options... Maybe? Yeah, that's what's so fucking confusing about this. It's like, yeah, where the fuck is the outline of the fucking patches? You know? Where is it? Not proxy tools. No, that's to bring up a page. Where is it? I forget. Maybe I need to be in... I know there's a way to do it from the menu, because I've seen it from the menu. Oh, hey. I don't think she's maxed. I mean, yeah, you can see that. Oh no, prologue is chapter 1, I guess, or maybe it's prologue and chapter 1. But yeah, there's 2 interlude, and then the epilogues, and then yeah, we don't even go into the. Shit, there was a way to like check out the entire map, but I can only see it. Yeah, this is the side quests. Wait, which is this? Wait, what? What the fuck is this? I don't remember that at all. Yeah, there was a way to check the fucking... Oh, wait, was it... Is it green? No. Huh. Probably not this, right? Yeah, that's... I don't know, I forget. But either way, so yeah, there was an interlude. So we could have an interlude before the epilogue. Because like last time the epilogue was a direct continuation of the story. It was like we saw Vivian and Hugo, which related to the sacrifices that were being created by the Exaltus. And the sacrifices were brought to relevance at the end of the season. Because it was what the sacrifices were brought up as part of it's what turned Bringer into the big monster that we had to fight, is because he used a sacrifice core. And so it's like, okay, well clearly that's a problem, right? Okay, fire, physical, fire, ether. Huh. Well, this team then, fire, physical. I guess I'll do this. I guess I could do that, honestly. That would be fine. That is fire physical. And this will be my fire ether team.
全面封鎖完了。守れた。全て排除する。未だ脅威は消えていない。このまま押せ。せい。私一気に行動。位置についた。援護する。虎の手を貸します。ギュッと。位置についた。共に行こう。せい。やりです。これが音楽の魔法。邪水大三。全面封鎖完了。この視線をくぐれる者はいない。制圧を続ける。希望のために私は歌う。諦めなさい。私の防御を破れます。これが音楽の魔法。4の滅却。全面封鎖完了。私こそ貴様にとっての終点。
Yeah, this took a little long. Did I do it? I forget how long it needs. Oh, more than 3. Oh, no, 5 minutes. More than 5 minutes. I did not. What do you mean more? Oh, I. Wait, what? What 5 minutes? I could have sworn the timer was less than. More than 5 minutes, wasn't it? But yeah, that one took a little too long, I think. I think actually my J-No one was fine, I think. Actually, no, it took me 4, I mean, we clearly saw it took me 4 minutes, right? So I guess presumably, even doing it, even taking 4 minutes, if you're given 10 minutes to do it, then clearly I had 5, so I had a slightly under a minute where I could have done it. But okay, I'm not going to do the next final tier, because the final tier is like 3 fights, and I'm going to have to carefully think about who I'm going to send and when. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to pop into Genshin real quick, spend my resin. I'm not going to stream it, because it's just going to be a quick pop in, spend my resin, pop out. I just want to make sure, I might have streamed it if I needed to waste more time, but it's already been almost an hour, so I'm going to pop into Genshin real quick, spend my resin off stream, take a shower, get a snack, and then come right back to more Arkanites and Field. So I will see. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.